right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. Just got back from Gatlinburg, Tennessee and North Carolina as well on a little vacation for New Year's as well with the family. And of course, we come back to some really good news as well in the esports scene for ALGS. Now, we've got the official Pro League announcement schedule. We've also got basically the same schedule for every single region, except it's going to be in their own time zones as well. We're going to go over those and Challenger Circuit announcements as well. Also talking about Scrims and what's been going on with Scrims, why our team's not playing Scrims anymore, and also some backlash, some outrage about some of these teams not showing up as well. Also got to mention the hacker situation, as of course new players are on the rise, new players are on the come up, some of the battles that they're having to go through according to HisWattson, and one of the biggest problems with cheating that people are not even mentioning as well. So a lot to dive into and discuss. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay today, all things Apex Legends news related. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into what's going on in the ALGS scene. So firstly, wanted to make mention, you guys probably would notice that you haven't been seeing a lot of Scrims lately. Unfortunately, Tech deleted it, but Tech did post earlier in the week that there was a lot of teams not showing up to Scrims, and we're just, you know, a couple weeks out from Pro League, and of course today we get the announcement as well. And there's a lot of teams, I think they had like 17 or 18 teams consistently signing up for Scrims, but there was like a lot of teams that were not signing up at all, and of course they couldn't have Scrims because of this. So the 18 to 17 suffer because the other 20 or whatever so are not showing up at all, and so it's unfortunate stuff. Of course, Tech comes out to say these are your favorite teams, tag them in this, tell them they need to get serious, it's time to get in this because Pro League is getting ready to start. And then you know, you've got a lot of comments here as well from Imperial How, a couple others as well. But nonetheless, I am kind of, you know, it was unfortunate to not see Scrims at all. I think they were supposed to come back December the 27th or something. You could see Minus Tempo said it would resume then. Unfortunately, it did not resume then, and for days to come it still has not resumed, and we haven't seen Scrims since. I've heard that it is supposed to return this week, so hopefully we will start to see some Scrims going on pretty shortly. But we did get the announcement for the ALGS Pro League schedule, and this was a little bit of a breakdown from Minus Tempo and his tweet as well. It's actually where I had originally saw it coming from, but we also saw on the ApexGlobalSeries.com website. If you guys want to go check it out as well, we'll have this article pinned for quite some time. Obviously, I know it's going to be highly searched as well, so if you guys want to refer to it, you're welcome to do so. But here is the schedule going into this year's Pro League Split 1. We've got January the 21st. Is obviously we knew this is when it was supposed to start. They had already announced that. However, the groups are still not officially set. So even though you know Group A versus B, Group A versus C, all this stuff, you can see when these groups will be playing, but we still don't know for sure who's going to be in what group. We have a general idea if you've seen my other videos and other stuff referring to this. You know, TSM should be Group A, Optic and League of Legends team should be Group B, Dojo, Sentinels, Exet, all that should be Group C, but we don't know for sure obviously what's going on still. But the official schedule from them shows as follows. Pretty much every single game is going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern until you have 7 p.m. Eastern on the final day on Sunday. I don't know why they swapped that one up, but then you also have regional finals on March 17th, which is obviously the big shebang. That's when they will be able to determine who goes to the LAN and who actually qualifies for all of this stuff. But basically every single group match until then, it'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern at the end of the week, and it pretty much resembles the same schedule. If you look actually on their official website for every single region, it's practically the same. Just know that there's regions that are, you know, 6-5 hours ahead of you. So like for instance, the EMEA scene is at 1 p.m. Eastern because they're obviously still playing around 6 p.m. In their own time zones as well. And it pretty much goes with all these other ones as well. Now I can't confirm, you know, maybe some of these are a little bit off, but in general, it's going to be the time that they decide to go to bed. Somewhere in that, you know, dinner era, I guess, is where they'll be having their games take place for all regions as well. And once again, we still don't know the groups. You can see the full leaderboard standing is still grayed out. You can't actually see what's going on. And sadly, you can even click on the teams here and it just says nothing about the teams. All we know is that what group will be playing what, but still don't know the confirmation as far as which teams are in which group. Unfortunate stuff, but it is nice to know that we do have the official announcement and you can get ready for Pro League to start. And hopefully with this announcement, it puts a little bit of a fire under these teams to get ready to start playing in Scrims again. Now we also have a Challenger Circuit announcement from this tweet as well. You can see Minus Tempo would say that February the 3rd, and this is on the article as well if you guys want to refer to it, or even his tweet, February the 3rd to February the 5th is Challenger Circuit number 1. Then you've got March 2nd to March 4th is Challenger Circuit number 2. And I think they do these in splits as well, if I'm not mistaken. So that theoretically should be split 1 of Challenger Circuit, I think. And then they go to split 2 of Challenger Circuit, in which you'll see March 23rd through the 25th. And then you'll also see April 6th through the 8th as well. So these are like bam, 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 right back to back to back to back, to some degree. Obviously the last two are really close together as well. So really interesting stuff. And of course it's getting close and people are getting excited for the ALGS Pro League to start pretty soon. Also wanted to mention, coming from HisWattson, this was a big story and honestly a big talk around town as of late, because you've seen a lot of players come out of nowhere. You had the big cheating scandal that happened recently that we covered as well. Of course, a lot of people were calling other names out. This guy's a cheater, that guy's a cheater, and oh, this guy can make Pro League. And anyways, it comes down to the argument that I think HisWattson made a really good point here, is that honestly we're getting to the point now where either A, it's really sad because these cheaters are sticking around for a very long time, and even if they get banned, they just evade it by going into make new accounts, and we're still having the same issue. And it's not that necessarily too many cheaters, but it's just the fact that it's the same cheaters coming back over and over. He even claimed that he had a guy that he's been facing for 2 years who's been streaming with face cam on, and the guy is still cheating as well. But honestly, one of the biggest topics that I wanted to pull from this, and I think HisWattson makes a great point, and it's something that needs to be talked about, because everyone is very quick to say that guy's a cheater. The clips go viral. Every news coverage covers that guy who's supposedly a cheater. It ruins their career, and we don't really know for sure if that guy's cheating or not. Like, of course we say, oh, he's definitely cheating, but the facts never really come out, and Respawn never gives us a clear answer as to yes, they are cheating, or no, they're not cheating. And we can have people have their career ruined because of this, and we don't even know the for sure answer. It's unfortunate stuff, because he also says we're getting to the point now where someone's up and coming, someone's a new skilled player. We're creating an environment where our initial reaction is always, oh, he's just cheating. And basically, it's not even out of a bad place sometimes. Sometimes it comes out because it's just simply the way that it is. Everybody's cheating to some degree, it seems like, at this point. So it's weird though, and I really feel bad because there are some players that I know in the past that have been accused of stream sniping and all this stuff, or like, this guy does this. And I remember when Chaotic Much, even myself, I made a video one time saying that Chaotic Much was possibly strike packing. And of course, he's played at LAN. You go on to see that Chaotic Much is a really good player. So I really, it's unfortunate how allegations work and how people really can get caught up in some things, but nonetheless, obviously a topic always worth mentioning. And then lastly, want to make mention of this. Of course, you guys probably saw recently Apex Legends Pro Sweet Dreams participated in his console to masters, solo queue to masters on console, and it did not go according to plan. Of course, ranked is supposed to be the competitive side of the game, that it's not necessarily ALGS, but at least gives those competitive players a little bit of an itch, a scratch of creativity, if you will, in these ranked playlists. And unfortunately, it's not been good at all. He had to give it up, saying that it catapulted him into the Apex Predator MMR, and he was having to play 3-stack Preds inside of gold on console, which is weird because console is even the more saturated platform, so they should have plenty of players to pull from, yet he's still getting catapulted into that MMR. It's just unfortunate stuff to see. And this is what a lot of pros had to say about the state of ranked itself, and Apex, of course, as well. Roll the clip.
Apex matchmaking that is going to blow you away is and I think about like Apex in general, like a lot of the problems is like they know what would make their game better, but they're not going to do that because they want to make their game as addicting as possible. They don't want to make it as good as possible. Because like games like Elden Ring, for example, or Lethal Company are fun, but they're not addicting. You don't play them for 4 years really. So they want to make their game addicting as possible, so you spend the most amount of money possible. And a lot of times that means not like doing things that seem obvious to do. Like fixing ranked, for example. Ranked is the way it is because that is the way they think is the most addicting for people, and not the most satisfying or the most like the actual best thing. Because like for example, I bought Elden Ring. I spent $60, right? I've spent $5,000 on this game because of how it's set up with microtransactions and just the game in general. They make way more money doing stuff like that than they're not trying to make like an Elden Ring kind of game with Apex. They're not trying to do that. And it sucks, but you have to just deal with that.
So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date, all things ALGS related. And until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators.